And we welcome you to the Raleigh County Convention Center. This is day 2 of the New River Community Technical College Invitational. As we welcome you in as Video Productions, glad to be bringing you all these games here at the Raleigh County Convention Center with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. Now, this game was not scheduled to be between these two teams, but they are matching up because they had a fill-in because of teams that couldn't play from COVID reasons. And that was the Lady Flying Eagles of Beckley were supposed to play tonight against Huntington. So now Pikeview, Eric, will step in. This is a tall challenge for Pikeview, and they know that. They are in Class AAA. They are 4-2. They're taking on the #1 team in 4A, perhaps right now the best overall girls team in the state of West Virginia, a very good 6-0 Huntington team.
Yeah, and it's good. I'm glad that Pikeview is stepping up a class, and early on you're just working for March, and this will be a good stern test for the Pikeview Panthers to see how they match up.
Well, when you look at Huntington's slate, as I mentioned, 6-0, no one has played them close. They beat Capital 67-45, Spring Valley 66-44, Parkersburg 66-27, Beckley 71-33, University 57-32, and their last game against Ironton was way back on the 21st of December, 71-21. So even as good as they are and as they have 3 players in double figures, it's really, when you look at the scores that I just read off, it's really about their defense. No one has scored more than 45 points on them in the 6 games.
And that's exactly what I was going to touch on. In all the games, they seem to really hold their opponent down. And if you can't score, you can't beat anyone. And it seems like they'll probably put a lot of pressure on Pikeview. And look for, we had a chance to do a Pikeview game early in the year against Beckley, and Hannah, they have a good player, Hannah Purdue, and she'll have to control the ball a little bit against this pressure and maybe get into the offense.
You know, Eric, as I mentioned, Huntington has 3 girls in double figures. Pikeview has 2, and 2 more on the verge of double figures. As you mentioned, Hannah Purdue, she scored, I think, 25 in that game we did against Beckley. She leads the team in scoring at 21 a game. They also have Anaya Brown averaging 10, and then you have Brooke Kraft at 9, and then also a girl who didn't play in that game against Beckley that will play tonight, Riley Meadows, coming in with 8.
Yeah, and anytime you can, and Riley Meadows is a freshman, so that shows how she's grown, and getting accustomed to the high school level of basketball, and that's huge for her going forward.
And for Pikeview, their 2 losses were both on the road against Logan and against Beckley. So it's 4-2 Pikeview, 6-0 Huntington. We're going to take our first break. We'll come back and we'll get you ready for the tip of this game between Pikeview and Huntington and girls basketball at the bottom of the hour as you're watching live streaming coverage of the New River Community Technical and College Invitational right here on Video Productions.
Deserve the highest quality medical care. At the Beckley VA Medical Center, that hasn't been happening. They recently notified 372 veterans that they'd been practiced upon with acupuncture by a person or persons not authorized to practice acupuncture. If you've been notified by the Beckley VA that you may be one of these veterans, contact us at New Taylor & Associates and let us put our experience to work for you.
Mid-State Ford, where every deal is a Big John deal. Northside Drive, Route 19 in Summersville. Come see why people from all over the great state of West Virginia are making the drive to Summersville. Incredible deals on brand new Fords. The state's guaranteed lowest price on brand new F-150s, Super Duties, and more. Plus incredible service after the sale at Mid-State Ford, Northside Drive, right off of Route 19 in Summersville. Online anytime at midstatefordwv.com.
Arch Beckley, a subsidiary of Arch Resources, is now accepting applications at their mine located in Eccles, West Virginia. Arch Beckley is hiring for equipment operators and preparation plant positions. Arch Beckley offers a comprehensive, highly competitive benefits package, excellent pay, and a bonus program. Submit your application in person at Arch Beckley in Eccles, West Virginia, or check the Arch job site, beckley.aimtrack.com. That's beckley.aimtrack.com. Arch Resources, an equal opportunity employer.
Loot Press, providing today's news on tomorrow's platform. Find them at lootpress.com. Also, the New River Community and Technical College Invitational is being presented by New Taylor and Associates. Well, Eric, we're about 5-6 minutes away from tipping this game off. There'll be 2 games here tonight. Of course, this girls' game is we're going to have Pikeview 4-2 against Huntington 6-0, and then we'll see the boys' version of Huntington take on the Flying Eagles of Beckley Woodrow Wilson.
Yeah, it should be a great brand of basketball, and I'm looking forward to another nice evening calling the game with you, partner.
So I've got you in this one, and Bob Boland will join me for the nightcap for the boys' game. But like I said, this is day 2. This event goes all week long, and once again, an outstanding job by the staff at New River Community and Technical College. This is the 4th year of this event, and they've really done an outstanding job of putting it together.
Yeah, good quality games, top-notch venue. I wish they'd had things like this around when we played ball. But
yeah, you know, Eric, when I played way back in the day, that's when the Christmas tournaments, and I'm talking about in the 70s, that's when Christmas tournaments like first just kind of came on board as like almost really into the 80s. And they really never had like these type events, and like the event we had last week and other events like this around West Virginia, and one they have down at West Virginia State in February. There's so many basketball events, and you and I talk about it all the time. That's why players are so much better at a younger age. They're exposed to so much more now.
Yeah, and that's why it takes out, very rarely did you see freshmen starting. And it was usually taboo. It was frowned upon. You don't start a freshman. You let them play JV, work their way up. But now, it's the rite of passage. A lot of freshmen come in a lot more seasons than some of your sophomores and juniors.
And that's a great point, because you hear a lot of times from back previous years, that's a freshman mistake. But really there's no such thing, because like you said, they're more seasoned. And they played so much between summer league and travel ball and all the AAU, like I said, all the exposure, the camps they go to. So there's really, when you get a freshman, as Huntington will have a freshman into their lineup tonight, it's just it's like nothing. It's like, this is what they do. They play a lot of basketball, so being a freshman, really is not that big a deal.
Yeah, with all the travel teams, Maris, I remember there was one team in the area back when I was in high school that was sponsored by Knights of Columbus. And that's who all the area teams, you tried out for that, you made it, and you traveled to Charleston and you played in the state AAU tournament. Now, if those guys don't make a team, someone else will pick up a team. Which is it's good for the area. All these teams, all these players, they get a lot more exposure to all the coaches that are out there. That's why you see so many, I would say on the girls level, and we touched on this the first game that we did, they put just maybe more either D2 or higher basketball players into college every year.
And, Eric, back in my day in the early to mid-'70s, I can remember AAU, of course, it stood for Amateur Athletic Union. And the only thing that I knew that the AAU had back in the day was boxing. I didn't know there was no basketball. AAU, it conformed over to basketball.
Because I think it went from boxing to wrestling,
right.
Had boxing and wrestling.
Right, and that was it. And now basketball, and of course I don't even think they even have it in boxing and wrestling today. Maybe wrestling, boxing's they don't have it like they did way back when.
Yes.
But basketball, like I said, the AAU has really picked up where if you want to, you can play almost every weekend.
Yeah, you can. Hey, there are tournaments in every sport every weekend. I remember going, even taking my son to a couple of tournaments in Maryland. Marison, literally, they were on this complex. Then there was soccer tournaments, basketball going on at the same time.
Well, we're a couple minutes away from getting this game started. We're going to take our final pregame break. We'll come back and we'll put the ball in the air. It'll be Pikeview 4-2 against Huntington 6-0. You're watching live streaming coverage of the 4th annual New River Community and Technical College here on tournament here on Video Productions.
The Cabins at Pine Haven's beautiful luxury log cabins and treehouse rentals are the perfect place for a short romantic getaway, business trip, or extended West Virginia vacation. We offer tree houses, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom cabins, and a 4-bedroom lodge and conference facility. With our beautiful views and fun on-site activities, we are the perfect place to host a family reunion, wedding, or just get together and spend some time with close friends. We are very conveniently located on Airport Road, only 1 mile off I-64, just south of Beckley in Raleigh County, West Virginia. For more information, visit cabinsatpinehaven.com.
The most prepared moms experience the unexpected. When you do, we're here for you.
J104.5, blasting the biggest hits across 31 counties in 5 states and waking you up with the Kid Craddock Morning Show. J104.5.
So, got an Alexa device?
What can I do for you now?
You can stream us while you're getting dinner ready in the kitchen, while you're getting ready for work in the bathroom, while kicking back relaxing in the living room, or even while entertaining friends on the deck and patio.
Just say, "Hey Alexa, enable the J104 skill." Then listen anytime. Simply say, "Hey Alexa, play J104."
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center in Beckley with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. Pikeview 4-2, and they will go this way. Hannah Purdue, the team's leading scorer at 21 a game. Haley Justice at 4 a game. Anaya Brown averages 10 a game. Riley Meadows into the lineup tonight at 8 a game. And then they'll have Hannah Harden at 4 a game and Brooke Kraft at 9 a game. So that's how they will go. I said Haley Justice, I beg your pardon, that's 6 players. Haley Justice will come off the bench. She'll be the 6th man, or the 6th girl, I guess, in this case, Eric. For Huntington, they have 3 girls in double figures. They're led in scoring by Deanna Gray at 19 a game. Amani Hickman will come in at 13 a game. They'll have Michaela Smith, also Jada Turner at 10 a game, and Ella Giles will round out the starting 5. Pikeview will be the home team on the scoreboard. They'll wear the white uniforms trimmed in red and a little bit of black, and Huntington in their usual traveling green trimmed in white and gold. And Eric, we're moments away from getting the ball in the air. And, I don't know how many more times we'll be able to say that, put the ball in the air. I was talking in a game that I did last week with Bob Boland, and I got his opinion on it. I want to get yours. I think eventually they're going to do away with this opening tip of the game.
Yeah, I just think it'll just go to the visitor. The visitor probably will get the ball first.
Yeah, because, this is the only time there's a jump ball, and you're like, we've kind of really come to the end of the jump ball era.
And plus, and I think it works out because that's the way alternate possession is.
Right.
So just go ahead and start it with the visitor, and then next possession is the home team.
And I think sooner than later, I think we'll see that.
Yeah, we're way ahead of the curve.
Yeah, we on it. We always on it. So we're ready to go. Team's getting their final instructions. Lonnie Lucas, the longtime coach of Huntington, getting his girls ready. And young lady, Tracy Rayburn. And Tracy, I know her. She was a former coach at Princeton, and now she's taken the Pikeview job. And this is a nice team for Pikeview, and they know what they're up against. This is a big challenge for the Lady Panthers here tonight.
Yeah, and I was just going to say something funny to not insult them, but maybe they may need 6 people as good as this Huntington team is. No, but this is a good barometer for Pikeview, and to be competitive, and people need to know they're not too far removed from almost being in the playing in the state championship.
Yep. So here they'll jump it up. It'll be Amaya Hickman, and she controls the tip for Huntington, and she jumped against Anaya Brown, and it'll be Huntington with the ball. And they'll work to the basket to my left, and looks like Pikeview's going to come out and we're going to play man-to-man, it looks like, Eric, off the bat.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of man. That surprises me a little bit, but, hey, stay with your principles and try to keep them in front of you.
Here's a 3 from the left corner. No good. That 3 was put up that time by Gray, the team's leading scorer. She's not able to knock it down, and here comes Pikeview with their first possession. And here's Hannah Purdue, the team's leading scorer. Little floater left of the lane. Pikeview scores first. Hannah Purdue, the team's leading scorer at 21 a game, gets her first bucket. Here's Huntington back on the attack. And here's a 3 ball from the right side is good. That 3 was put up by Gray. So each team's a leading scorer has the first bucket for their respective teams.
And they come out in a little pressure right here. Looks like Pikeview's handling it.
They did a good job. They broke the pressure, and then really, Eric, I think you'll agree, to pull the upset, you've got to make that play. You've got to make that catch, shoot, and score.
Yeah, and exactly right. And they did a good job of breaking the initial pressure. And sometimes it was a 3-on-1. Sometimes it's better just pull it out and run your offense. But that could have been an easy layup.
And I'm sure Huntington would like to force the tempo. They probably want a much faster game than what Pikeview does.
Yeah, based on the scores that you've given for them, they score upwards of 60 points, 70 points, and like to really get after it.
So here's Huntington on the attack. They're the defending 4A champions. And they throw the ball away on this possession. And here's Purdue. Huntington's all over in the backcourt, making Purdue really work to get the ball in the front court.
Yeah, Purdue does a good job. That is some solid defense coming up the floor.
And then they throw it away. Here's Gray going in right of the lane, puts up the shot. Count if it goes, and she draws the foul.
And the leading scorer for Huntington right on cue is lighting it up. Let's get this instant replay here from Parmar Stores, Maris. They do a good job of getting it out, good, better, best, and she takes it strong to the hole and has a chance for the three-point play.
Yeah, the defense became the offense and able to get a fast break, but the free throw is no good. So she does not cash in on the three-point play. And here's another turnover. And like I said, Huntington's trying to speed Pikeview up and right now doing a pretty good job of it. Back the other way, layup left of the lane, no good. But an offensive rebound and a travel, and it'll go back to Pikeview.
Yeah, it's 3 turnovers on the night already for Pikeview, and that's one thing you can't give a great team the extra possessions.
So Huntington dialing up the pressure, trying to force the pace, and Pikeview, and here's where you don't want to pick the ball up right before you cross the midcourt stripe, and they haven't got it across yet. Now they do. Nice attacking the basket. Here's a shot left of the lane, up and in.
Brooke Kraft with her first 2. She's the one picked up the first foul, so kind of made up for it.
Kraft very crafty on that play,
Very
able
crafty.
to lay it in left of the lane.
When they've gotten shots, they're 2 for 2 from the floor.
Huntington running their offense. They go high post. And right down the lane with a strong finish, but the shot's no good. But there's a foul as Amaya Hickman. She's the team's second leading scorer at 13 a game. She'll draw a foul and get to the line.
Yeah, that's going to be Brooke Kraft. So Pikeview may have to dive into the bench real quick because that's 2 fouls and 2 team fouls.
Yeah, Eric, as soon as you say that, Haley Justice will be in after this first free throw. The free throw is good, and as they're on cue, there's the horn, and Haley Justice will check in to the Pikeview lineup. So the first free throw by Hickman is good, and she'll get the back end here. That's 2-shot opportunity.
She's a lefty.
Yep, and we've seen a lot of left-handed shooters. She makes 1 of 2. So Huntington 1 of 3 at the charity stripe here in the early going. And there's a foul there at midcourt, and they try to double team, try to get the ball out of the hands of Hannah Purdue, and Huntington commits the foul.
Yeah, I think that's going to be whistled on Ella Giles. That'll be her first, the team's first. And that's the game plan, Maris. It seems like they want to force Hannah Purdue from Pikeview to get rid of the ball and then, take their chances with the other dribblers.
And they're trying to really extend the pressure. Here's a drive down the lane. Short shot off the glass and in. Nice play by Riley Meadows.
Pikeview's 3 for 3.
So Pikeview hanging here in the early going. Here's Hickman with it. Pulls it back out. They'll reset the offense. Gray with it. Gray gets a screen. 15-footer from the free throw line. Knocks it down. That's a nice-looking shot, and you can see why Gray's the team's leading scorer. Here's Pikeview breaking the pressure. Splitting 2 defenders is Purdue. She'll shoot the 15-footer. It's no good, and it's knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with Pikeview.
Yeah, and Hannah Purdue, I think she rushed that just a little bit, but that pressure, what it's doing is just speeding their offense up.
Yeah, I agree with you because she didn't like she wasn't really set when she
wasn't
shot
really
that.
set. She was scrambling a little bit with her off. Just settle down. We saw what she can do. She's a great player.
So Harden with it. Now they get the ball down low. Here's a shot right of the lane that's swatted away. That shot that time was put up by Haley Justice, and he gets swatted, so Pikeview will still keep the possession under their own basket.
Maybe a pump fake right there, and she gets an and one. That's just something she'll learn as she gets older.
So Purdue set to put it in play. Pikeview working around the horn, ball knocked out of bounds, and no, actually thrown out of bounds, and on the turnover it'll go back over to Huntington.
And that's the team's fourth in the first 4 minutes of the quarter. So the thing is, they can harness that. They can stay in this game.
So here's Gray for Huntington. Hickman with it now. There's a nice drive into the lane, tacking the rim, puts the short shot up and in. That was a nice move at that time by Turner. She averages 10 points a game, and she gets her first basket.
Jada Turner with the nice slash and score.
Here's Hannah Purdue with it, and she throws it away. Gray picks up the loose ball. 2-on-2. Gray attacks the rim. Nice feed to Hickman.
Nice.
And a nice finish.
That was a nice dish.
Boy, that's a true point guard on a sweet dish right of the lane, and Hickman with a nice finish with a nice soft touch off the window. And there's another turnover by Pikeview, and looks like the pressure is causing the pipes to bust.
Yep.
3 ball by Gray, no good. Offensive rebound. They get the ball into Hickman. Hickman off the window and scores. And Pikeview calls a timeout.
We're going to watch this instant replay here on that nice dish, Mayor. Says Gray is a solid point guard. She got the ball out, got to the middle of the floor, drew the defender in the dish, and the score.
So 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here anyway, but right now Huntington won an 8-0 run, and a really good timeout for Pikeview, because you don't want this game, if you're Pikeview, to get away real early in the game. And they hung for the first couple of minutes of the game, but like I said, in the last couple of minutes, about 2.5 minutes, it's been a 8-0 spurt by Huntington.
Yeah, Huntington, they score in bunches because of that defense. If you turn the ball over, they make you pay on the other end.
Like we said on top, no team has got to 50 on Huntington in their 6 wins. In fact, the most points that any team scored was in their first game against Capital at 45. In fact, there are 4 teams out of the 6 that didn't even get to 40.
And that's tremendous. That's defense, and that's what wins championships right there, when you play that style of play. And they look like they communicate well. They're a well-coached and well-schooled team.
Yeah, and, when you don't give up many, that means you don't have to score as many, right?
That's correct.
But and there's another turnover, and, they make their defense into their offense. And it in there, nice play, bringing the ball back out. They'll reset the offense. Here's a 3 on the left side on its way, no good. That 3 put up by Turner, but they get the offensive rebound. And really for Pikeview to have any chance, as a Gray shot in and out, no good. Hickman with it, they throw it back out. When they miss a 3, you've got to get the rebound. And here's Huntington's 4th opportunity. Hickman on the glass, puts the shot up, no good. So after 4 tries, Huntington can't get it to go, and then Huntington commits the foul.
Yeah, Huntington gets after it in all phases of the game. They're good on the glass. They go and get it. If they miss it, they go get the rebound. They're just going to be a tough out for anyone.
So Turner gets whistled for her first foul, team second. Currently it's an 8-0 run by Huntington. And here's Pikeview with it. They've got a new player into the ball game, Kathleen Farmer, into the game as Huntington knocks it out of bounds. So it'll be side out. Farmer to put it in play for Pikeview. And let's see what Pikeview will set up on this possession. And it got traveling. I didn't really see that. Looked like that it was a hand check by Gray. It looked like that Purdue threw Gray's hand off over and they called a walk.
Called a little shuffle with the feet. Yeah, that was a tough one.
Yeah. I told the officials if they needed some help, I'd be glad to help them since we have all the video over here.
Yeah, we're all over that.
Yeah, they thought that was funny too. And that call, I guess, here's a travel on the other end. I don't know about that one, but, Eric, you and I can say whatever we want. We know that, and I say this all the time jokingly, there's always 100 referees in the building, but only 3 of them count.
Yeah, that's right.
And you and I are part of the 100 that don't count. All right, as we always say, we like to inject a little bit of humor in our broadcast. We appreciate everybody watching on video production.
We think it's humorous.
Well, we hope people out there watching would also think it's funny. We want to bring you exciting basketball as well as being entertaining. Here's Purdue launching a 3. Back iron, no good. It was a good-looking shot. And back the other way, here's Turner, 2-on-1. Gets it off to Gray, right of the lane. Count if it goes, and she draws the foul. So Huntington right now on a 10-0 run as Gray will try to polish off a 3-point play.
Well, let's see this on the Arch Cole instant replay. Huntington does a good job of spacing and drawing the defender, and hey, they finish at the rim.
And Gray polishes off a 3-point play. Currently 11-0 run right now for the Lady Highlanders, and Huntington 2 of 4 at the line. Here's another steal. Gray with a nice pass and a finish, and there's a foul. And getting to the line will be Giles. She'll shoot 2 for Huntington, but Gray, she really is the table setter. She makes a lot of things happen, and, you know, as a point guard, she's the team's leading scorer, and a lot of times your point guard is never your leading scorer because they're there to dish, but she can do both. She can assist and obviously score.
Yeah, but she does a good job, as we saw in last night's game with that Rygad. Most of your better players now, they get everyone else involved because they know they can get theirs at any time, and that's a true leader there.
Giles made the first one. She misses the second. She gets 1 of 2, and it's right now a nice little run, a 12-0 run for Huntington. And the pressure, and Pikeview cannot get it across the midcourt stripe, so they'll turn it over.
Yeah, that's just someone's going to have to come up and help Hannah just a little bit when they run that trap. Someone is going to have to come up near half court to try to receive a pass and get it over the timeline.
Smith gets it into Gray. They set a couple of screens at the head of the lane. Gray whips a pass down low. They throw the ball in the corner. Turner launches a 3 from the right corner. Long rebound, comes back out, and Gray able to run it down. Gray will stop. Deep 3 from the right side. Nothing but the bottom of the net, right down the chute.
Wow, you see she just shot that with so much confidence. Knew it was good when it left her hands.
Right now, Huntington currently on a 15-0 run, making it real difficult for Pikeview to get the ball up the floor. And we talked about it last night, Eric, when you got to start your offense 40 or 50 feet away from the basket, makes it very, very difficult.
Hey, very aggressive. You can't make an across-court pass against a good defensive team.
Hickman goes in, misses the shot, but Gray gets the rebound, puts it back up, and she misses. And now they fight for the ball, and it's going to be a held ball, possession back to Pikeview. So Pikeview will have the possession. Huntington continuing their full court pressure.
See, that's how you beat the pressure. Great. You don't need to dribble through it. You need to pass through it.
There's
a lot of contact.
A lot of contact, no whistle. Shot in the lane, and then there's a foul and into the ball game. Well, that's Hannah Harden. She's a 5'8" sophomore averaging 4 a game. She'll draw the foul and get to the line. So this will be Pikeview's first trip to the line, and Pikeview trying to break a 15-0 run right now.
That foul was on Jada Turner, and that's her second and team's third.
So here's the first free throw is good, and that breaks a 15-0 run. That's Pikeview's first point from the free throw line. And Harden will now shoot the back end of the 2-shot opportunity. Harden set, ready, free throw on its way. Looks good and is. So she makes them both. And that, like I said, maybe it stopped the bleeding momentarily.
Yeah, right now, and plus they may need to get a stop here late in this first quarter.
Yep. 13 seconds for the quarter. Last shot time for Huntington, and the ball's knocked out of the hands, and it goes off of Huntington. So Pikeview with 11.6 remaining the opening quarter has an opportunity to take the final shot of this opening frame.
Yeah, and Huntington extends the pressure.
Yep. So here is Hannah Purdue. Gets the Farmer back to Purdue. Nice give and go. Purdue making her way to the basket. Goes up and under. Here's a pass. Shot up and no good at the end of the quarter. At the end of one, your score in this girls basketball game is Huntington 21, Pikeview 8. You're watching live streaming coverage of the 4th annual New River Community and Technical College Invitational here on Video Productions.
Deserve the highest quality medical care. At the Beckley VA Medical Center, that hasn't been happening. They recently notified 372 veterans that they'd been practiced upon with acupuncture by a person or persons not authorized to practice acupuncture. If you've been notified by the Beckley VA that you may be one of these veterans, contact us at New Taylor and Associates and let us put our experience to work for you.
What started as the Par-Mar Oil Company back in 1967 has grown into 170 convenience stores in 4 states. Par-Mar Convenience Stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Par-Mar stores are all about being your above-par convenience stores. If you don't have a Par-Mar convenience store near you now, you will soon. Par-Mar Convenience Stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
Loot Press, providing today's news on tomorrow's platform. Find them at lootpress.com. Headed to the second quarter, Eric, and big first quarter for the Lady Highlanders of Huntington, as they've got this big lead of 21-8 as we start the second quarter.
Yeah, and Huntington's defense was the difference in that first quarter. They held Pikeview to 9 shots. Pikeview was 3 of 9 from the field.
They get the ball inside to Hickman. Nice little spin move and nice touch right there, about 4 feet on the left block. So, Huntington, you've got excellent guards. You've got excellent post players. Now Huntington changing their defense. Looks like they're extending a 1-3-1 pressure right here. And here's a chance for the corner 3. It's too strong. There's an offensive rebound. Put back no good. Here's another shot, and it's rejected. And back the other way, that was Hannah Harden. She had a couple of chances. And on the other end is a layup by Smith for Huntington. So Pikeview just trying to climb back into it a little bit at a time, a possession at a time.
Well, this 1-3-1 may need to adjust and get someone high post and try to. That's the best thing you can do is just try to attack this Huntington defense. I think Amani Hickman's going to be whistled for the foul.
Yep, and getting to the line will be Riley Meadows. Pikeview made their only 2 free throws back in the first quarter. Riley Meadows will shoot a pair here. Meadows is set. First free throw on its way is good.
And this is the freshman, Riley Meadows, who was inserted to the starting lineup. And as we stated, she doesn't look like she's scared or play like a freshman.
Yeah, when we did the Pikeview Beckley game, she was not available that night, and she makes them both. So she's been back into the lineup, since that game, and that was back on December the 17th. Here's Gray with it. And get the ball down in the low post, post up, off the window, no good. And pretty good defense that time by Pikeview. And Purdue races the ball up the floor, trying to attack the basket. She'll go in. The ball is knocked out of her hands. It'll stay with Pikeview.
Yeah, but I'm all for that she needs to attack and transition before Huntington's able to get back and get that defense set.
They get the ball inside. The ball's knocked free. The ball's loose. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Pikeview. They're trying to get the ball that time to Brooke Kraft. So Pikeview will keep the possession. And Pikeview gets it in. They're looking over the Huntington defense. And now there's a tie-up, and we've got a held ball. Possession error will keep it with Pikeview.
Yeah, you have to be strong and possess the ball and dribble strong against this defense. They're very aggressive. And they play it without fouling a lot.
Yep, and that's what I say. When they're as good as they are on offense and they play the kind of defense they do, that's why they're so difficult to beat. Here's the ball knocked back into the backcourt. And once again, defense, they got their arms all everywhere in the passing lane. And you never want to reach in like that. And
yeah, that's just one of those.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Huntington coaching staff, they know they don't want to foul that far from the bucket.
Well, you don't want to foul that far, but you definitely don't. You want to play defense with your feet, not with your hands. You don't want to reach in as Smith gets whistled for the foul. That's her first, team's 5th. And here's a deep 3 by Purdue, right down the chute.
Nice looking Jay.
And we saw that. We know the kind of range she has, and that's a typical shot from her. We saw that when we covered the Pikeview Beckley game.
Oh, she's definitely a player.
Here's a nice move to the basket. They throw the ball back out. Little short shot by Turner left of the lane is good. Beg your pardon, by Smith. Smith knocks that down.
That's Smith's 4th point of the quarter.
So now Huntington is really backed out of the full court pressure. Going to get back in a zone. Looks like a 2-3 zone. Pikeview working it around the horn, trying to get the ball inside. They do. Here's a shot right of the lane, and a nice finish by the freshman, Riley Meadows.
A nice feed. That's 6 points for Meadows.
So Huntington walks it back up. Gray with a deep three. Raining it from downtown, down the chute.
She has range. That's a second from at least 24 feet.
Pikeview looking over the zone. They get the ball into the right corner. There's a nice drive to the basket. Count it if it goes, it doesn't go. But once again, a good job by Riley Meadows.
And let's look at this instant replay here on the Arch Cole instant replay. Yeah, Mayor, she's very deep when she shoots that, and she knows it. She shoots it with confidence. That's a good-looking ball player.
Yeah, and you know that those aren't bad shots, even though as deep as she was shooting that from a different zip code. As the first free throw is no good. That's Pikeview's first miss at the line. Pikeview 4 of 5 from the free throw line. 17 has been the biggest lead of the game. And Riley will shoot the back end of the two-shot opportunity. Second free throw on its way. Looks good and is. So she makes 1 of 2. And here's Gray just taking her time. Going to run the offense. They're going to run off maybe a high post here. Kaufman into the game for Huntington as well. Also got a player also into the game is Christus into the game, as here's a shot put up by Hickman, and Hickman will draw the foul and get to the line.
And a great drive and dish by Deanna Gray. She is the complete point guard.
So a couple of free throws coming for Hickman. And right now Huntington has a team 3 of 6 from the free throw line. Hickman shoots the first free throw and is not good, needed a roll. So that's really about the only thing that Huntington hasn't done well in this first half. They're just 3 of 7 at the line.
Yeah, and Hickman's 1 of 3 at this juncture.
From the free throw line, second free throw, no good. That was in and out. She missed them both. And Pikeview has a rebound. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Pikeview. So it looks like Huntington's going to switch up now. And nope, look, for a minute there they were going to apply pressure. And now they checked out. So here comes Purdue, Hannah Purdue for the Lady Panthers of Pikeview. Pikeview down to my old stomping grounds at Athens, West Virginia. And here's a nice dish and a nice finish into the lane by Brown. Anaya Brown scores.
And that's her first bucket of the game.
Yep, she's averaging 10 a game. Gray comes off of 2 screens. Here's an open 3 on the left side, no good. And Pikeview hustles with Purdue to get that rebound. Hannah Purdue races the ball back up the floor.
Pikeview has a chance to get this to single digits.
If they can handle this Huntington pressure, around the horn they go. They get the ball into the lane.
I thought that was going to be intercepted. It's tough making cross-court passes.
Purdue with a nice drive, puts the short shot up, no good. Battle for the rebound, and Huntington comes out of there with it. Back the other way comes Huntington with a nice pass. Here's a shot left of the lane, no good. Fight for the rebound, and Pikeview comes out of there with it. With the rebound is Hannah Harden for Pikeview. Get the ball over to Hannah Purdue. So there's a Hannah Purdue has the ball now, and a Hannah Harden on the floor for Pikeview. And Pikeview looking at the Huntington defense, maybe trying to get a cut or maybe a backdoor layup. And here's a 3-ball straight away. Banks it in.
The bank's open.
Yes. Riley Meadows rings the bell from downtown. So what was a 17-point lead a minute ago for Huntington has now been trimmed to single digits. As we come down the stretch here in the first half, and there's an illegal screen that will go the other way.
Let's get this instant replay on this 3 by Riley Meadows. She catches it at the key, and she's so wide open, she has to take the shot.
And she banks it home.
Banks it home. It looks like she attempted to bank that
one. Well,
down.
whether she did or didn't, she got 3 out of it nonetheless. And it'll be Brown to put the ball in play, get the ball into Purdue. Huntington now going man-to-man. as Hannah Purdue will bring it up. High ball screen. I think it's a very big possession here in this first half for Pikeview. And Nia Brown has it now. And trying to get the ball over to Hannah Purdue, create something. Brown with it. Brown goes down the lane. She got bumped, no whistle, puts up the short shot, and Huntington comes out of there 2-on-2. Here's Gray with it. Gray leads the break, stop and go, gets to the rim and turns it over. So that's a big stop for Pikeview. Here's Brown with it now. And we've got a whistle and a timeout for Pikeview. So let's see, it's going to be a full timeout, so we'll take it with them. So full timeout on the floor, 30-21, the Huntington lead, as you're watching live streaming coverage of the 4th annual New River Community and Technical College Invitational here on Video Productions.
Most prepared moms experience the unexpected. When you do, we're here for you.
New River Community and Technical College Invitational here tonight is being presented by New Taylor and Associates. So out of the timeout, Eric, big possession. Pikeview down 9. Can they get a little closer here?
And that was a good timeout for Pikeview. Settle them down and maybe get something, and that's what you need. That's what you draw up. Get it to your best player.
Yep, Purdue. Hannah Purdue able to knock down a 10-footer on the left baseline, and what was a 17-point lead has been trimmed down to 7 now as we come down the stretch here, approaching the final minute of the first half. Here's Gray, 15-footer from the right elbow. Just when you need a basket, your leading scorer for Huntington comes through.
Yeah, Deanna Gray, she just plays the game so calm and with ease.
And if Pikeview can get into the locker room with the deficit at single digits, I think that's really huge. So this is a big possession. Here's Riley Meadows going to the basket. Little scoop shot, scores right of the lane off the window.
She's a good-looking player as well.
Yeah, this is a nice team for Pikeview, and in AAA, girls, you know, they're going to be a tough out. Here's Gray for 3, knocks it down. So here's a chance maybe to take the final shot and maybe get to single digits here at the break with 25 seconds left in the first half. They want to set a high ball screen for Purdue. Nice pick and roll to Riley Meadows. Meadows had it. They knocked it free. Here's a 3-ball from Hannah Purdue. It's no good. Battle for the rebound. Pikeview has it. Nice bounce pass inside and a nice finish right of the lane. A nice shot that time by Haley Justice. Last shot time for Huntington, and there's a foul. And, you know, since that is going to be the 16th foul, so they're not over the limit, so it's not a bad foul.
Hey, Pikeview has to be pleased at the way they were down 16 points. 17 points, and they've battled back.
Can they get a stop here? I don't think Huntington realizes the clock, and they don't. They're not even going to get a shot off, and that's how the half will end. So the biggest lead was 17 in the first half. It's been trimmed to 8 here at the break. At the half, it is Huntington 35, Pikeview 27. You're watching live streaming coverage of the 4th annual New River CTC Invitational here on Video Productions.
Beckley, a subsidiary of Arch Resources, is now accepting applications at their mine located in Eccles, West Virginia. Arch Beckley is hiring for equipment operators and preparation plant positions. Arch Beckley offers a comprehensive, highly competitive benefits package, excellent pay, and a bonus program. Submit your application in person at Arch Beckley in Eccles, West Virginia, or check the Arch job site, beckley.aimtrack.com. That's beckley.aimtrack.com. Arch Resources, an equal opportunity employer.
Midstate Ford, where every deal is a Big John deal. Northside Drive, Route 19 in Summersville. Come see why people from all over the great state of West Virginia are making the drive to Summersville. Incredible deals on brand new Fords. The state's guaranteed lowest price on brand new F-150s, Super Duties, and more. Plus incredible service after the sale at Midstate Ford, Northside Drive, right off of Route 19 in Summersville. Online anytime at midstatefordwv.com.
Loot Press providing today's news on tomorrow's platform. Find them at lootpress.com. Here at the break, we've got a good one. Huntington up 35-27. Huntington had a 17-point lead in that second quarter, and Pikeview has now got it to single digits, has cut the lead to 8. Huntington led 21-8, a 15-point lead at the end of the first quarter, but as I mentioned, it got up as many as 17 and only an 8-point advantage right now, 35-27. We're going to take our first halftime break. When we come back, Eric will give you team and individual totals as you are watching live streaming coverage of the 4th annual New River Community and Technical College Invitational, streaming live here on Video Productions.
Deserve the highest quality medical care. At the Beckley VA Medical Center, that hasn't been happening. They recently notified 372 veterans that they'd been practiced upon with acupuncture by a person or persons not authorized to practice acupuncture. If you've been notified by the Beckley VA that you may be one of these veterans, contact us at New Taylor & Associates and let us put our experience to work for you.
What started as the Par-Mar Oil Company back in 1967 has grown into 170 convenience stores in 4 states. Par-Mar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Par-Mar stores are all about being your above-par convenience stores. If you don't have a Par-Mar convenience store near you now, you will soon. Par-Mar convenience stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you.
The cabins at Pine Haven's beautiful luxury log cabins and treehouse rentals are the perfect place for a short romantic getaway, business trip, or extended West Virginia vacation. We offer tree houses, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom cabins, and a 4-bedroom lodge and conference facility. With our beautiful views and fun on-site activities, we are the perfect place to host a family reunion, wedding, or just get together and spend some time with close friends. We are very conveniently located on Airport Road, only 1 mile off I-64, just south of Beckley in Raleigh County, West Virginia. For more information, visit cabinsatpinehaven.com.
Midstate Ford, where every deal is a Big John deal. Northside Drive, Route 19 in Summersville. Come see why people from all over the great state of West Virginia are making the drive to Summersville. Incredible deals on brand new Fords. The state's guaranteed lowest price on brand new F-150s, Super Duties, and more. Plus incredible service after the sale at Midstate Ford, Northside Drive, right off of Route 19 in Summersville. Online anytime at midstatefordwv.com.
Arch Beckley, a subsidiary of Arch Resources, is now accepting applications at their mine located in Eccles, West Virginia. Arch Beckley is hiring for equipment operators and preparation plant positions. Arch Beckley offers a comprehensive, highly competitive benefits package, excellent pay, and a bonus program. Submit your application in person at Arch Beckley in Eccles, West Virginia, or check the Arch job site, beckley.aimtrack.com. That's beckley.aimtrack.com. Arch Resources, an equal opportunity employer.
The most prepared moms experience the unexpected. When you do, we're here for you.
Welcome back to the Raleigh County Convention Center with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. Also, we have Kyle Ward on camera and AB Andrew Boland producing and directing tonight's game. And at the break, it's an 8-point advantage for the Lady Highlanders of Huntington, 35-27 over Pikeview. Huntington entered the game 6-0, Pikeview 4-2. Huntington led by as many as 17 in the first half, and it's been trimmed to 8 here at the break. So for the team and individual totals of the first half, here's Eric.
Thanks, Maris. Once again, the score is 35-27, as you can see on the screen. Huntington came out. They shot the ball really well. They're shooting 14-27 from the field, and that's at a 51% clip. They're led in scoring, of course, by Deanna Gray, and she's a tremendous player. She has 21 of the 35, and they have a couple players with 4 points. And Monty Hickman has 9 to follow that up. Pikeview outscored Huntington actually in that second period, 17-14, and they did that on 6 of 12 shooting. So they had a real good shooting second quarter. For the half, they're 9 of 21, but they're 5 of 6 from the free throw line, and that's why they're still in this game. Riley Meadows, the freshman who's been inserted into the starting lineup, leads the way with 12 points, and Hannah Purdue has 7.
And, you know, Eric, I thought earlier in the game, especially in that first quarter, when Huntington got on that nice 12-0 run and opened the lead and had a 21-6 lead, Pikeview could have easily come apart at the seams, but they're able to stick together and make a nice run, even when they got down as many as 17 in the second quarter, to cut it to single digits here at the break. I think if you're Pikeview, you got to be really happy, even though, like I said, you've been behind most of the game, but from 17-8, I think they really played well to cut into the lead.
Yeah, and Coach Tracy Rabin, she did a great job late in that half. On one possession, it was a minute and 31 to go and they were down 10, and they were able to get Hannah Purdue loose to cut it to under 10, and that's where we're standing now. So that was a great timeout and a way to keep the team in it.
Well, it's been a very good and competitive game up to now. We hope that's the case in the second half. We'll take our final halftime break, and we'll come back and get you ready for the third quarter as Huntington has a 35-27 lead as you're watching live streaming coverage of the 4th annual New River Community and Technical College Invitational here on Video Productions.
What started as the Par-Mar Oil Company back in 1967 has grown into 170 convenience stores in 4 states. Par-Mar Convenience Stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Par-Mar stores are all about being your above-par convenience stores. If you don't have a Par-Mar convenience store near you now, you will soon. Par-Mar Convenience Stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
Arch Beckley, a subsidiary of Arch Resources, is now accepting applications at their mine located in Eccles, West Virginia. Arch Beckley is hiring for equipment operators and preparation plant positions. Arch Beckley offers a comprehensive, highly competitive benefits package, excellent pay, and a bonus program. Submit your application in person at Arch Beckley in Eccles, West Virginia, or check the Arch job site, beckley.aimtrack.com. That's beckley.aimtrack.com. Arch Resources, an equal opportunity employer.
Veterans deserve the highest quality medical care. At the Beckley VA Medical Center, that hasn't been happening. They recently notified 372 veterans that they'd been practiced upon with acupuncture by a person or persons not authorized to practice acupuncture. If you've been notified by the Beckley VA that you may be one of these veterans, contact us at New Taylor & Associates and let us put our experience to work for you.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center along with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry, getting you ready for the second half. It's an 8-point Huntington advantage, 35-27. The biggest lead was 17 in the first half, and this is the closest as Pikeview has been for a while, but they were able to get it to single digits at the break, Eric, and as we start the second half, Huntington will have the first possession.
Let's see what Pikeview comes out. Are they still going to stick with the man? Yes, they are.
Yep, looks like they are. And here's Gray, and no.
Illegal screen.
Illegal screen, and, you know, Gray had the hot hand. It looked like Hickman got hurt on that play.
I think they're going to call that on Hickman.
Yeah, and she's like struggling to get back up the floor.
Yeah, it looks like they bumped knees a little bit. You know, that's very painful.
Very painful. It hurts all the way over here. But Huntington will extend the pressure. And that's what got them out to that big 17-point lead in the first place, by extending the pressure, and that's what they're going to try to do, speed Pikeview up.
Yeah, but Pikeview's made some adjustments by bringing some people up near half court to help out.
There's a little short shot, no good. That shot put up by Riley Meadows. They'll fight for the rebound, and the held ball will keep it with Pikeview. That's a good hustle play that time by Hannah Harden. So it'll be Pikeview with the possession under their own basket. Hannah Purdue to put it in play. Looks like they're going to run a screen and a pick. They get the ball out to Riley Meadows.
Meadows is a good-looking young lady. She can play.
And here's Purdue with it. Here's a three on the left side. Good. A three ball dialed up by Brown.
Downtown from Brown.
Downtown. You remember downtown Freddie Brown? That might have been before your time.
Yeah, no, I remember Freddie Brown.
Well, he played in the 70s.
Yeah.
You were just a baby at that time. Nice
Downtown.
pick and roll and a finish with the left hand for Hickman.
Hickman comes back with a beautiful pick and roll feed from Gray.
All right, I'm really going to test your ability to know this after this play. Here's a shot right of the lane. Good. That shot put in by Riley Meadows.
Riley Meadows' 14th point of the game.
All right, Eric, do you know where downtown Freddie Brown played his college ball at?
No, I do not.
Here's a three. Good by Gray.
Both teams are heating up.
Yeah, because it sure is cold in this building, so maybe with their shooting we'll warm it up. I'll give you the answer to where downtown Freddie Brown played, and there's a turnover.
It's going to be a turnover. Let's get this instant
we'll get
replay.
The three. We'll get the three in
first.
first.
The three from the Parmar Stores. Great feed.
Gray able to dial it up from downtown.
Dial it up. You got to find her at all times on the court.
Anyway, downtown Freddie Brown played at Iowa, and then he played on the Seattle Supersonics. He was on that 1979.
I knew he was on the Supersonics.
He was on that 79 championship team. Of course, they were runner-up to the Bullets in 78, now the Wizards, and then they beat the Bullets the following year. Here's Hickman, and Hickman will get fouled on a nice pick-and-roll play, and Hickman will get to the line.
Yeah, they're looks like they're having some indecision on how to pick up the role player. As Hannah Purdue picks up the foul, that will be her second, team's first of the half.
So Huntington just 3 of 8 from the line in the first half, and Hickman will miss this shot at the line, and they were 3 of 9 at the moment.
If you would think one weakness from the team, it would be free throw shooting.
And that's definitely been the case tonight. As I mentioned, 3 of 9 as Hickman will shoot the back end of the 2-shot opportunity on its way. She got 1 of 2. So 4 of 10 from the foul line are the Highlanders. And also by making that free throw, Eric, allows them to set up their pressure. But Pikeview able to break it. Purdue gets to the rim and draws the foul.
And Hannah Purdue's doing what she needs to, right? Once she gets to the front court from the back court, she's attacking the rim and putting some pressure on the defense, because once you break the initial pressure, you usually have numbers.
So Hannah Purdue at the free throw line. Pikeview 5 of 6 from the line thus far. Free throw is good.
And that foul was on Michaela Smith. That's her third. So,
and here comes Purdue's second free throw. She got them both. So right now, Pikeview 7 of 8 at the free throw line. Here's Gray with it. Whips a pass. 3 ball on the right side. Long rebound. Hickman gets it out to Gray. This is a deep 3. No good. But here's Huntington on the glass. The putback is in. And I was screened out. I think that was Giles on the putback.
Yeah, I think that was Ella Giles who got that putback.
Yeah, but here's the thing. They were able to shoot until they make it. And, you know, Pikeview, you've got to, if you force them to miss it, here's a steal by Gray. Got numbers, 3 on 2. Gray whips a pass over left of the lane. Shot put up and in.
Back-to-back baskets by Giles.
Yep. And they've got the lead back up to double digits. Once again, this pressure, and there's a timeout, and it's a good timeout by Pikeview because the pressure is what allowed Huntington to get their biggest lead back in the first half at 17. And I think this is going to be a 30, and it will be a 30.
Yeah, Huntington's just relentless on, and you have to be, I've stated, have to be real strong with the ball. And they do a good job of what they call back slapping the ball. Even if you do get it, across half court, they're attacking and really trying to create turnovers.
Yeah, and if they don't create a turnover, they're at least able to speed you up and maybe have you to rush your shot.
Yeah, exactly, and get you to scramble. And Pikeview's not comfortable in that. They do want to play a little up-tempo, but not this fast.
Right. They want to go at their own speed, right, where Huntington's fastest, they may just want to go fast. So
yes.
out of the timeout, it'll be inbound across the way at midcourt with Hannah Purdue. And they will inbound the ball. Biggest lead has been 17. Pikeview has cut it to 5 and now back up to double digits. Here's Purdue with it. And she'll rain a 3 from the right side. In and out, no good. Hickman clears the rebound. An outlet pass to Gray. Numbers for Huntington. Gray will stop, launch a 3, front of the rim, no good. And it goes out of bounds, and it will go over to Pikeview. I'm really surprised that Gray didn't go all the way to the basket right there.
Yeah, I think she's just testing her range right there just to pull up.
And now they reverse the call, and it'll stay with Huntington. The next game we'll have will be the Huntington boys taking on the Beckley Flying Eagle boys team. Beckley 2-2 after winning their first 2. The men's Flying Eagle team, there's the illegal screen on the inbound. They've lost their last 2. And let's see who they'll call that foul on. If it's on Hickman, it'll be, and it's not on Hickman. It's going to be on Smith.
And that's her third.
It won't be on Smith. It'll be on Turner, and it's her third.
Yep.
So Pikeview will get the ball on the legal pick from Huntington as they break the pressure. Here's Hannah Purdue with it. Purdue.
Yeah, I think Purdue needs to be just slightly more aggressive. Right there, she had a chance to really take that shot.
She's open. She'll take the 3 here and hit it. They left her alone, and that's one thing you can't do. That was a defensive breakdown for Huntington, and they leave Hannah Purdue alone on the right wing, and she knocks it down and gets back to single digits.
This is the end they have to do it on Pikeview.
They pass the ball, trying to go the give and go inside. Pikeview's able to steal it. And on a run out, there's contact. We're going to have a Huntington foul.
Yeah, let's get a look at this instant replay from Hannah Purdue as she catches. The first time she was tentative. She's that open, she has to let it fly, and nothing but net.
So that will be the 3rd personal foul on Hickman. So Hickman's got 3. And Turner has 3. So Huntington has 2 girls on the floor right now with 3 fouls each.
And right now, just keep attacking.
And they do. And Huntington cuts them off, so they throw it back out. And here is Gray. And every time Huntington's needed, Gray's been the one to deliver and goes coast to coast and draws the foul. And
that's going to be Hannah Purdue's 3rd foul.
Right. And Deanna Gray, as I mentioned, whenever Huntington really needs to make a play, no matter what end of the floor, she's the one that's come up with the play.
Yeah, she does it. She comes up big because little momentum was swinging towards Pikeview.
And Huntington, with that miss, is just 4 of 11 at the free throw line. And as you stated earlier, Eric, that has been, at least right now in this game, the Achilles heel for the Lady Highlanders.
Yeah, and I think Deanna Gray, she's 1 of 3, 2 of 4 now.
She makes that. So as a team, Huntington is 5 of 12 at the free throw line. Pikeview able to break the pressure. But Huntington is just relentless with their pressures. They double up in the corner there. Here's a shot in the post, and we're going to have a Huntington foul. And getting to the free throw line will be Hannah Harden, 5'8" sophomore.
I think that's going to be on Amani.
It might be on Hickman. If it is,
Amani
it's her
Hickman,
4th.
that's her 4th.
If it is Hickman, and that's the 15th foul. They haven't put it on the board yet. And maybe they're going to call it on Gray.
Oh, they called it on Gray, so I was a little too fast with my pen.
Well, with that free throw made, Pikeview is now 8 of 9 at the line. So Pikeview has shot it well from the stripe, and Huntington hasn't. Second free throw, as soon as I say that, it's no good. So 8 of 10 is Pikeview, and then on the rebound, there's a foul. So that's
Pikeview was able to get their first offensive rebound in a while and missed it, and they got whistled for the foul on the second rebound. And that's going to be on Anaya Brown. That'll be her 2nd, team's 3rd.
So here's Huntington with the chance to get the lead back up to double digits. Here's a ball screen. Turner Out to Gray, 3 on its way, no good. And Hickman almost got her 4th foul. She gets a steal there, gets the ball over for an easy layup left of the lane by Smith. And the lead back to double digits. But Pikeview's done a really good job of here, especially after that first quarter, of handling the pressure. 3 ball by Purdue is no good. Hickman clears. Here's a run out. And here comes Huntington on the attack. A lot of contact, a bump, no whistle, but the bucket is good by Giles.
That's her 6th point of the 3rd quarter.
And Eric, I like that was a good no call. There was contact, and they just let him play through it. Back the other way is a block on one end. Here's Huntington with another run out.
Back to the tempo to Huntington lights.
2-on-1 over to Gray. Gray spins. She's in trouble, flips it up, no good. And there's an offensive rebound, and it's no good. So Huntington had a couple of chances as Giles missed that one. The ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Pikeview.
Yeah, but and this is not the tempo, as we've stated, that Pikeview wants to play. So Huntington able, with their defense once again, to really speed them up fast.
Huntington's going to call a timeout, and this will be a full timeout, so we'll take it with them. You're watching live streaming coverage of the 4th annual New River CTC Invitational here on Video Productions.
What started as the Par-Mar Oil Company back in 1967 has grown into 170 convenience stores in 4 states. Par-Mar Convenience Stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Par-Mar stores are all about being your above-par convenience stores. If you don't have a Par-Mar convenience store near you now, you will soon. Par-Mar Convenience Stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you.
Welcome back to Beckley. Out of the timeout, Pikeview will have the ball. Huntington will continue to extend the pressure. And let's see what Pikeview does out of this timeout. They break the pressure. Here's a shot down the center of the lane, off the glass, no good. And Hickman clears the rebound for Huntington. And Gray will bring it up. Gray whips a pass down low. Turner puts the short shot off the window, too strong, fight for the rebound, and it'll go out of bounds over to Pikeview. That was a nice pass, getting the ball to Turner. She missed the short shot.
Yeah, great feed, led her to the bucket, just not able to finish. See if Pikeview can maybe try to get some points here.
Yeah, see if they're down, as you can see, by 12, and if they can get it to single digits before the end of the 3rd. And here's a drive to the basket, right of the lane, and it's rejected. That's a nice play by Hickman, but it'll stay with Pikeview.
And I like how Pikeview's coach said, that's all right, just keep attacking.
Yeah, nice job by Riley Meadows going to the basket.
You can't be scared to get your shot blocked. You got to continue to attack.
Well, as you know, Eric, anybody who's played any length of time, at some point or another, get your shot blocked. It's like you get knocked down in football. You just got to get right back up. Here's Brown with it. And Pikeview is going to, looks like they'll reset the offense as they get the ball over to Hannah Purdue into the right corner. Here's a 15-footer on the right side by Brown.
Brown dials it up. That's her 5th point of the quarter.
Downtown Brown got a little closer. She's more like Uptown Brown with that one. How about that?
Yes, she was. Good-looking shot.
Very good-looking shot. You know, Pikeview just trying to hang around. Here's Gray off the screen. Gray's open. She'll launch a 3. Got it. That's almost like a layup for her. She rains the deep 3. And that's a weapon when you got a point guard that can penetrate, can dish, and then can dial up that 3 from way downtown. Purdue trying to answer on the other end. That's going to be short. And there's an offensive rebound and a foul. That's a good job by Riley Meadows. She's played really well.
Let's dial up this instant replay on this great shot.
I say that's just too much room, too much space to give Gray, who's a really excellent shooter.
Yeah, if she gets space, she's gonna she's going to knock it down.
So here's Meadows to shoot 2 for Pikeview. And this is a strength of Pikeview. That's 9 of 11 as a team for the Lady Panthers at the free throw line.
Who was that foul on? They whistled that on 32.
The foul is on Miracle Harper, as both free throws were made. And Pikeview now 10 of 12 at the free throw line. Riley Meadows made both of those. Here's Gray off a screen, give and go to Hickman, and they run that really well. Count if it goes, it goes. That is a nice two-man game, and that's about as good as I've seen, boys or girls, the way Huntington runs that high pick and roll.
They make you make a decision on who to defend, and Pikeview's just not really figured it out yet.
Well, the way Gray shoots, you got to jump out on her, and then Hickman rolls to the basket, and she makes the free throw to complete the three-point play. Huntington 6 of 13 at the free throw line. And Pikeview able to break the pressure. Riley Meadows had it for a minute. The dribble got away from her, and she turns it over. Huntington has numbers. Here's a pass out, left of the lane. Good by Giles. And now Huntington started to extend the lead back up. And now it's a turnover. Yeah. The biggest lead was 17. It's 16 now.
Yeah, the pressure is just really getting to them again this quarter. That's what Huntington does. I mean, you think you're right there, and they speed you up and get you to do things that are very uncharacteristic.
Right. Well, they get you to do things that you want to do, but maybe a little faster than you want to do them. Here's another three by Deanna Gray right down the chute. The biggest lead of the game right here. I'll tell you what, in a horse contest, the way she shot the threes, there's a foul on Huntington. But the way Deanna Gray has shot the three, Eric, as we get ready to watch the replay by Parmar Stores, I would probably put her up against almost just about almost any boy player or a men's player I've seen up to this point.
Yeah, and that was her 32nd point of the game.
Yeah, and she came in averaging 19 as that foul. Huntington's over the limit. So it'll be free throw time. And here's Hannah Purdue at the line, and the free throw is good. So she'll get the bonus. And like I said, this has been a bright spot for Pikeview as a team. They are 11 of 13 at the free throw line.
Yeah, they shoot. They have another quarter to play. They'll probably try to fight back and get back in this. There's
Purdue,
no give up in this team.
With the bonus opportunities, good. So 12 of 14 of the Panthers' last shot time for Huntington. Here's Deanna Gray ahead of the buzzer. Three is no good. And at the end of three, it's Huntington 61 and Pikeview 44. You're watching live streaming coverage of the 4th annual New River TC Invitational here on Video Productions.
The cabins at Pine Haven's beautiful luxury log cabins and treehouse rentals are the perfect place for a short romantic getaway, business trip, or extended West Virginia vacation. We offer tree houses, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom cabins, and a 4-bedroom lodge and conference facility. With our beautiful views and fun on-site activities, we are the perfect place to host a family reunion, wedding, or just get together and spend some time with close friends. We are very conveniently located on Airport Road, only 1 mile off I-64, just south of Beckley in Raleigh County, West Virginia. For more information, visit cabinsatpinehaven.com.
Veterans deserve the highest quality medical care. At the Beckley VA Medical Center, that hasn't been happening. They recently notified 372 veterans that they'd been practiced upon with acupuncture by a person or persons not authorized to practice acupuncture. If you've been notified by the Beckley VA that you may be one of these veterans, contact us at New Taylor & Associates and let us put our experience to work for you.
Loot Press, providing today's news on tomorrow's platform. You can find them at lootpress.com. Well, Eric, as we start the fourth quarter, what was an 8-point lead has now been pushed up to a 61-44 lead for Huntington as we start the fourth quarter. Their lead got as big as 19. And like I said, it's 61-44 now as we start the fourth quarter. And Deanna Gray up to now 32 points through the first 3 quarters. She was averaging 19 coming into the game, but she has lit it up from downtown.
Yeah, and every time she scored a 3 in that third quarter, it was a stop or run by Pikeview.
And here's a deep 3 from the right corner by Ella Giles. So largest lead of the game right here at 20 points. And here's a turnover. And here's numbers. Giles ahead of the pack. She'll go in right of the lane, missed the shot. And there's Smith with good hustle to get the rebound. DeGray, left side, 3 hits the side of the backboard. Ball's loose. Hickman has it, or had it, and now it's stolen away. Now it's taken back by Huntington, and Gray will go in and lay it up and in. So Gray is the game's leading scorer with her 34th point. And here's a steal, almost a steal, I beg your pardon. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Pikeview.
And as you stated, pressure breaks pipes, and they're really, really, really putting the pressure in the second half on Pikeview.
Well, Eric, you know, in Pikeview's 3A, Huntington 4A, but as you start thinking, you know, who are the challengers to Huntington in girls class 4A, you better be able to handle the pressure for a full 32 minutes because they can bring it for 32 minutes.
Yeah, I think Hannah may have got away with the travel there, but
here's Pikeview trying to get a pass inside. It's deflected out of bounds. It'll go over to Huntington, but that's what I'm saying.
And see, right now, even when Pikeview breaks the pressure, the initial pressure, they're just a little spastic and a little, you know, it's going a little too fast for them, and they turn it over.
But unless you've got some pretty good guards, and you figure, and I haven't seen obviously all the 4A teams, but you really don't have much of a shot with the way they apply pressure if you don't have guards that can handle the pressure. Like I said, they can dial it up for 32 minutes. And there's a foul. Nice cut to the basket that time by Jada Turner, and she'll draw the foul.
Yeah, she was out at the three-point line, and as they turn the corner, a good dish, and she gets to the free throw line. Well, let's see if they can knock a few free throws down this quarter.
Yeah, Huntington just 6 of 13 for the game at the line, and with that made, that's 7 of 14. Even I know that's 50%, and I also know that's not very good at 50% from the line. But I don't know if that's normally how they shoot free throws or just tonight. But Huntington has done a lot of things well, but that's one thing moving forward that I'm sure Coach Lonnie Lucas will obviously, Huntington will have to do better, as they're now 8 of 15 at the line. So largest lead of the game right here. And here's Pikeview with it. Here's Brown dialing up a 3, and it's not answered. And she gets her own rebound. Brown takes it to the baseline, whips it inside. There's a shot put up. It's blocked. That shot was put up that time by Hannah Harden, and back the other way for the layup is Smith for Huntington. So still applying the pressure, making Pikeview really work to get it up the floor, and they don't. It's turned over. Layup on the other end, right of the lane. So what was a fairly close game at halftime, especially as we've got here into the first couple of minutes of this fourth quarter. Huntington has really blown it open, is getting behind everybody. Riley Meadows to lay it up and in. So back the other way, Huntington taking their time, just walking it up. But, Eric, you've got to think, with 5.5 minutes to go, no team has hit 50 on Pikeview, on Huntington this season. Pikeview's got a good chance to do that.
Yeah, Huntington's at their mark, and Pikeview can put a feather in their cap just by getting to 50.
And here comes Hannah Perdue. She'll dial up a 3. Needs a roll, don't get it. Good offensive rebound, and we're going to have a foul. Fouls on Huntington. That'll be free throw time. So here's an opportunity for Pikeview to get point 47 and 48 at the free throw line.
Yeah, and up to this juncture in the game, they've really been good at the free throw line.
Yeah, 12 of 14 at the line.
This will be Brooke Kraft's first attempt.
So Kraft at the line. One, and see if she can get the bonus. And she will not make the first one, therefore there'll be no bonus. 12 of 15, Pikeview as a team. Here's Gray, thought about the 3. Now stutter steps, backs up, and shoots an air ball. It's saved in right into the hands of Brown. Anaya Brown with it. Passes the ball ahead, and here comes Pikeview with it with Hannah Harden. Harden down the lane. Yep. Nice pass to Kraft, off the window, no good. Battle for the rebound. Huntington comes out of there with it. It's Smith. Smith going coast to coast, going right of the lane, puts up the short shot and scores. So a nice finish by Smith. And this 28-point advantage, the biggest lead of the game.
And you know what's wild about this, Bear, is that Pikeview's actually played well in spurts and can look up and be down 30 at the 4-minute mark.
Well, I know Pikeview has a really good schedule, but they're not going to play a team the rest of the way as talented as Huntington on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, you can only grow with playing a game like this as a team.
Right, and catching them when you're playing them now. So you're absolutely right, and that's what Coach Tracy Rabin told me before the game. I mean, obviously, you're going to play to try to win the game, but they knew what kind of task was in front of them when they decided to take this game. And here's Pikeview into the lane. There's a nice cut to the basket, off the window and in. Nice job by Brooke Kraft. Very crafty move. And Pikeview is a bucket away from getting to 50, which no team has done that through the first 6 games against Huntington this season, and Huntington will call a timeout. And it may be just to put in some reserves. Let's see if it will be. Looks like a 30-second timeout. And no, it'll be a full, so we'll take it with them as you're watching live streaming coverage of the 4th annual New River CTC Invitational here on Video Productions.
Deserve the highest quality medical care. At the Beckley VA Medical Center, that hasn't been happening. They recently notified 372 veterans that they'd been practiced upon with acupuncture by a person or persons not authorized to practice acupuncture. If you've been notified by the Beckley VA that you may be one of these veterans, contact us at New Taylor & Associates and let us put our experience to work for you.
What started as the Par-Mar Oil Company back in 1967 has grown into 170 convenience stores in 4 states. Par-Mar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Par-Mar stores are all about being your above-par convenience stores. If you don't have a Par-Mar convenience store near you now, you will soon. Par-Mar convenience stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
Welcome back to Beckley. Out of the timeout, Huntington will have it. And as we come down the stretch to this ball game, the final 3.5 minutes, Huntington looking to remain undefeated and going to go to 7-0. But this Pikeview, actually, Eric, I think it's been a really good showing by Pikeview.
Yeah, now, I mean, the score doesn't really reflect it, but you can look inside the game and see that Pikeview really fought and battled to stay in this game.
Here's a deep 3 by Hannah Purdue, grazes the side of the rim. And another thing, too, an opportunity to play, which I think probably the best girls basketball team in the state of West Virginia right now, and play them on this big floor as Gray tries to finish, can't get it to go. And we've got traveling as Hickman brought down the rebound.
And Gray has actually gone cold. She's missed her last 3 field goal attempts.
Well, the way she has hit the 3 ball tonight, I'm sure that's okay that she can miss her last 3 twos, right?
Yeah, I mean, but she does just a phenomenal job, Maris, of getting all the players involved. And anytime Huntington needs a big basket, a big steal, she's there to do it.
Yeah, she gives it to him. Here's Pikeview Farmer attacking the basket. Here's a Brown on the trail, puts up the short shot, no good. Kraft with the rebound, and we've got a whistle. And I guess we got I was
travel.
Out. Yeah, the referee was standing in front of me, so a travel. I was kidding with the referee. I told him if they wanted me to call the game for him, I could. I said normally I'm about 90% right, but now with the video, Eric, I can be 100% right.
Yeah, you're probably 110% right.
Yeah. Can you be 110? People always say 110. I thought 100 was as good as it gets.
You can give the extra 10%.
Well, I guess that's like extra credit, right? I needed a lot of that.
I was going to say you probably needed that.
I did, as there's a free going hard to the basket left of the lane was Pikeview, and now here's Gray. Step back 3, short, air ball.
That's 4 straight misses. She's human.
Yeah, and that's why the building got so cold. You know, they were heating up. Both teams were hitting 3s and need to warm up this big facility here in Beckley. Hannah Purdue with it now as we come down to the final 2 minutes of this one. We got a boys game coming up next. It'll be Huntington and Beckley. And here's Purdue. Out to Brown. Over to Farmer, and let's see if Farmer can whip the pass inside. There's a drive on the baseline. Huntington still continue to play defense.
I think they're thinking like you. They don't want to give up 50 points.
Yeah, I don't know if they know that, and that's something that maybe they do know it in the back of their head, but here's Purdue on the drive, and Purdue able to score. So Pikeview is the first team to get to the half-century mark on Huntington through their first 6 and now into their 7th game. Here's a 3 for Huntington. That's an air ball. And Pikeview with it as we're about to ready dip under a minute for the game. So, you know, when you take a look at Pikeview's losses, and here comes a run out Gray with the left-hand scores. They lost to Beckley on the road. They're going to lose a neutral site game here to Huntington, but 2 of their 3 losses have been to Class 4A teams where Pikeview's a 3A squad. Purdue, a little runner off the window, no good. Hickman clears, ball's loose. Huntington comes out of there with it as we come down to the final 30 seconds of this one. And it's going to be a layup right of the lane is good. And a timeout by Pikeview.
Nico Kaufman able to get into the scoring column.
But, yeah, overall, I mean, you know, if you're Pikeview and you look at the big picture, Eric, I mean, you're never happy about losing, and obviously they'll be disappointed. But also, as we got an injured Huntington player, they're helping her off, and that young lady is Michaela Smith. I didn't see what happened. But what I was getting ready to say, overall in the big picture, you know, that's what Pikeview's got to look at. They got to look at that this game is really going to help them be a better team moving forward.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly why they took this game, Maris, is to make their team better. If you play against the best, that can only make you better.
So here we come down to the last 15 seconds of this one, and Purdue with the step back, puts up a short shot right of the lane, no good. And Huntington, they throw the ball away, and then they get it back, fight for the loose ball. And Huntington doesn't really need to shoot with now 2.5 left in the game. They just need to inbound the ball. Huntington will go to 7-0, and Pikeview will fall to 4-3. 78-50, the score. Even though I must, 78-50. I thought I'd missed a bucket there, but I haven't. I did not. That's why I keep a running score. And they get the ball in, and that's the final score. So your final score here in this first of 2 games here tonight at the Raleigh County Convention Center in this girls game, Huntington defeats Pikeview 78-50. And as we mentioned, Pikeview's the first team in 7 games to get to 50 points. So Huntington will remain undefeated. They'll go 7-0. Pikeview will fall to 4-3. We'll go ahead and take a break, come back, and recap this one, and give you some totals as you are watching live streaming coverage of the 4th annual New River TC Invitational here on Video Productions.
The most prepared moms experience the unexpected. When you do, we're here for you.
Lou Press providing today's news on tomorrow's platform. Find them at loupress.com. Along with Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry as we recap this game. Huntington defeats Pikeview 78-50. Huntington remains undefeated at 7-0. Pikeview will fall to 4-3. It was a 21-8 lead for Huntington at the end of the first quarter. Huntington led by as many as 17 in the second quarter. Pikeview trimmed the lead to 8 at the break, 35-27. Then the lead got up to 61-44 at the end of 3, and going away, Huntington's able to win 78-50. We're going to take another break. When we come back, Eric will give you team and individual totals of this Huntington victory as you're watching live streaming coverage of the TC Invitational here on Video Productions.
Beckley, a subsidiary of Arch Resources, is now accepting applications at their mine located in Eccles, West Virginia. Arch Beckley is hiring for equipment operators and preparation plant positions. Arch Beckley offers a comprehensive, highly competitive benefits package, excellent pay, and a bonus program. Submit your application in person at Arch Beckley in Eccles, West Virginia, or check the Arch job site, beckley.aimtrack.com. That's beckley.aimtrack.com. Arch Resources, an equal opportunity employer.
Midstate Ford, where every deal is a Big John deal. Northside Drive, Route 19 in Summersville. Come see why people from all over the great state of West Virginia are making the drive to Summersville. Incredible deals on brand new Fords. The state's guaranteed lowest price on brand new F-150s, Super Duties, and more. Plus incredible service after the sale at Midstate Ford, Northside Drive, right off of Route 19 in Summersville. Online anytime at midstatefordwv.com.
We welcome you back to Beckley. Final score was 78-50 in favor of Huntington over Pikeview in the girls' game. Huntington 7-0, Pikeview now 4-3. And for team and individual totals, here's Eric.
Hey, Maris. Huntington was led in scoring by Deanna Gray. She put on a shooting clinic in the first three quarters. She finished with 35 points. They had 4 players to get in double figures. The next lead was Amani Hickman, who ran the pick and roll to perfection with Gray. She had 13. Michaela Smith with 12. And Ella Giles came in, chipped in with 12 points. For Pikeview, the freshman, Riley Meadows, she led the way with 18. And Hannah Purdue, the senior, chipped in with 16 points.
All right, we'll take a final break, come back and wrap this one up. 78-50 was the final score. Huntington over Pikeview in the girls' game. As you are watching live streaming coverage of the 4th annual New River CTC Invitational here on Video Productions.
Deserve the highest quality medical care. At the Beckley VA Medical Center, that hasn't been happening. They recently notified 372 veterans that they'd been practiced upon with acupuncture by a person or persons not authorized to practice acupuncture. If you've been notified by the Beckley VA that you may be one of these veterans, contact us at New Taylor & Associates and let us put our experience to work for you.
J104.5, blasting the biggest hits across 31 counties in 5 states and waking you up with the Kid Craddock Morning Show. J104.5.
So, got an Alexa device?
What can I do for you now?
You can stream us while you're getting dinner ready in the kitchen, while you're getting ready for work in the bathroom, while kicking back, relaxing in the living room, or even while entertaining friends on the deck and patio.
Just say, "Hey Alexa, enable the J104 skill." Then listen anytime. Simply say, "Hey Alexa, play J104."
We welcome you back to Beckley, putting the final touches on this one of this girls' game. Final score: Huntington over Pikeview, 78-50. Huntington 7-0, Pikeview 4-3 now. The next game coming up, we'll get you started in a few minutes. A boys' game between Beckley 2-2, and they're taking on Huntington, and Huntington is 3-3. So final score 78-50 for our crew here at the Raleigh County Convention Center. As we'll give you the final score and sign off and get ready for the next game. As you've been watching the final score 78-50 Huntington, you've been watching live streaming coverage of the 4th annual New River Community and Technical College Invitational right here on Video Productions.